ho, ho. Well, hello there. It is so very good to be with you. I am Santa Claus, and it is a true delight to have your company for a while. You know, the workshop is always bustling, and the reindeer are always eager for a flight. But I thought it would be wonderful to simply pause and spend a little quiet time together. So I hoped you'll make yourself comfortable and settle in. Over the next while, I'll be right here with you. Think of it as a long visit by the fire. I'll be sharing a few stories from my life here at the North Pole, perhaps answering a few of the lovely questions that arrive in my mailbag, and sharing some of my thoughts as they come to me. There is no need to rush. This is our time, a time to relax and simply be. I am so very glad you are here. It truly warms my heart that you've chosen to spend a part of your day with me. So, let us begin, shall we? Welcome.
Ho, ho, ho! Have you ever sat in a warm room, gazing at your Christmas tree, and wondered where that lovely tradition began? Why, we bring a little piece of the forest into our homes and make it twinkle with light. It is a beautiful custom, isn't it? Choosing just the right one, the wonderful scent of pine that fills the air, and the joy of unpacking all those treasured ornaments, each one holding a memory. The tree becomes the heart of the home, a bright and happy beacon against the winter dark. Well, the story I've always cherished takes us back many, many years to a crisp winter's evening in Germany. A kind man was walking home through the woods, and as he looked up, he saw the most wondrous sight. Through the branches of the tall evergreen trees, millions of stars were twinkling and shimmering in the deep night sky. It looked as though the trees themselves were filled with stars. He was so moved by this beauty that he wanted to share it with his family. So, he brought a small fir tree into his home, and to recreate that magical starlit canopy, he placed little candles upon its branches. Imagine the delight on his family's faces seeing that first shining tree. From that simple, heartfelt moment, a tradition grew that has warmed homes all over the world. I must say, seeing all those trees glowing in the windows as I fly on Christmas Eve is one of my very favorite things. Each one is a little promise of warmth and happiness inside. And that is what the tree truly represents, I think. It's a keeper of memories, a symbol of everlasting hope in the middle of winter, and a beautiful reminder of the brilliant light that we all share with one another. A little forest of stars right in your own home. It always brings a twinkle to my eye to see the mail sack filled with your curious questions. I have a few here that I've been looking forward to answering. Let's see what we have today. This first one comes from 6-year-old Chloe, and she asks, "What is the coziest sound at the North Pole for you? The one that makes you feel most at home?" Oh, what a wonderful question, Chloe. There are so many lovely sounds here. The cheerful songs of the elves in the workshop, the jingle of the reindeers' harnesses as they settle in for the night. But the coziest sound, the one that truly makes me feel at home, is the sound of the workshop late at night, long after the last elf has headed to bed. It's a very quiet sound, just the soft crackle of the embers in the great stove, the steady tick-tock of the grandfather clock in the corner, and the whisper of the wind swirling snow against the window panes. It's a sound of peace, a sound of a day's work well done, and the promise of a bright new morning to come. That, for me, is the sound of home. Ho, ho, ho! And this next question is from a sound engineer named Ben. He wants to know, do snowmen at the North Pole come to life? And if they do, what kind of secret adventures do they have when no one is watching? An excellent question, Ben. The magic of the North Pole is a mysterious thing. The air itself hums with possibility, especially when the great aurora borealis dances across the sky. And I will tell you a little secret. Sometimes, when those lights are at their brightest, that magic finds its way into the snowmen the young elves build. Their adventures are quiet ones. I've seen them have snowball throwing contests with the snowshoe hares using fluffy, newly fallen snow so no one gets hurt. They sometimes slide down the rooftops of the village on old cookie sheets, trying to see who can make the most graceful landing. By morning, they are always back in their places, looking just as they were left, with perhaps a stray pine needle on their scarf as the only clue to their nighttime fun. These are such wonderful questions. Thank you to everyone who sends them. They fill my heart with joy. Please, never stop wondering and never stop asking. Curiosity is one of the greatest gifts of all. Thinking of my dear Mrs. Claus. She has a way of knowing things without a single word being spoken. She understands the workings of my heart better than the elves understand the gears of a ticking clock. You see, my mind can be a rather busy place. I have what I call my Mac mind. It's a wonderful gift, truly. At any moment, I can see every street, every lane, every winding country road in the entire world, all at once. But sometimes, sometimes it can get a little overwhelming.
It's like a million buzzing threads of light, all pulling from my attention. Just the other evening, it was particularly loud, and she knew. She always knows. She walked into my study, quiet as a falling snowflake, and in her hands she held a small, unfinished toy. It was a little wooden bluebird, its wings outstretched as if ready for its first flight. She held it up to the firelight and said so softly, "I think this little one's wing needs your special touch. It feels just a tiny bit rough right here." I put down my maps and took the little bird from her, and with a tiny piece of sandpaper, I began to smooth that delicate curve of wood. As my fingers worked, a quiet settled over me. The buzzing in my head faded away. The thousands of streets and millions of rooftops all folded themselves neatly back into place. In that moment, there was no map of the world. There was only a little bluebird, a single toy for a single child. Ho, ho, ho! She has such a wonderfully simple way of reminding me what it's all about. She brings the whole world back to one small, perfect act of love. She is my quiet, my calm, my true north. Amidst all the hustle and bustle of the workshop, sometimes a good laugh is the best gift of all. The elves and we do enjoy sharing a silly riddle now and then. Perhaps you'd care to hear a few. All right, here is one Mrs. Claus particularly enjoys. What does Santa say when he's gardening? Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho. It's true, you know. I do enjoy our little greenhouse up here. Tending to the poinsettias is quite peaceful indeed. Here's another one the reindeer always seem to snort at. What do you get if you cross a snowman and a dog? Frostbite. Oh! Oh, a bit of a chilly punchline, that one. But don't you worry, all the animals at the North Pole are as warm and cozy as can be. I have one more for you. This one makes the workshop smell of peppermint every time an elf tells it. What is a Christmas tree's favorite candy? Ornaments! Ho, ho, ho! Now that is a clever one. It almost makes me wish we could eat the decorations. But Mrs. Claus says the tinsel is much too crunchy. Oh, a little bit of silliness does the heart good. It's a reminder that the spirit of Christmas isn't just in the grand gestures, but in the small shared moments of happiness. A smile, a chuckle, these are gifts we can give each other every single day.
Have you ever looked up at the vast, dark sky on Christmas Eve and wondered how my sleigh finds its way through all that quiet emptiness? It's a very good question. After all, there are no street signs among the stars. Ho, ho, ho. You see, on the dashboard of my sleigh, there is a small brass compass, but it is unlike any other in the world. Its needle isn't made of simple magnetized iron. Oh no! It is a tiny, shimmering sliver of a fallen star, carefully set in place by the elves long, long ago. And this is the secret of it. It doesn't point north. That would be far too simple for such an important night. Instead, it points to a feeling. It points to hope. As we soar through the night air, I watch it closely. The little star sliver begins to quiver, and then it glows with a soft silvery light. It pulls ever so slightly, pointing the way directly toward the nearest child's heartfelt Christmas wish. It hums with a wonderful energy, a warmth that fills the entire sleigh, guiding us from one happy home to the next. And that's one of the great secrets of the North Pole. Christmas isn't just one grand act of magic. It's made of thousands upon thousands of little wonders, all working together in perfect harmony. It's the love behind the wishes that truly lights our way through the dark.
Every now and then, a letter arrives at the workshop that makes all the elves stop their work and gather round. The paper feels different somehow. It feels heavy with hope. I have one of those letters right here, written in the most careful, beautiful cursive you have ever seen. Let me see. Ah, yes. It says, "Dear Santa, my name is Chloe, and I am 9 years old. This year, I don't need any toys for myself. My wish is for my grandma. She's starting to forget things, important things, like the words to our favorite Christmas song or how she taught me to bake her special sugar cookies. So I was wondering, could your elves please make her a memory jar? It wouldn't be for cookies. It would be filled with little bits of Christmas magic to help her remember. Maybe the smell of warm gingerbread that never fades, or a tiny silver bell that quietly plays a carol only she would know, and perhaps one of your North Pole snowflakes that never, ever melts. I think if she held the jar, she would remember the feeling of Christmas in her heart. That's all I want. Thank you, Santa. Love, Chloe." Well now, what a remarkable letter! You see, this is the very heart of Christmas, right here in my hands. Chloe understands something very important. She knows that memories are not just things that live in our minds. They are feelings, they are warmth, they are love. And when they become hard to find, love is the light we use to look for them. A wish like this, it is the most powerful magic of all. It is a gift given not to receive, but to restore. The elves who specialize in glass blowing and scent crafting will be so honored to work on this project. They will pour all their skill and all their joy into this little jar. But dear Chloe, your greatest gift to your grandmother is already being given. It is your time. It is your hand in hers. That jar will be a wonderful thing, yes, but the true magic will always be you. The love you share is the one memory that can never, ever fade. I do enjoy a good puzzle now and then. It keeps an old mind sharp between trips around the world. How about you? Shall we ponder a few together? It's always more fun with a friend. All right, here is the first one. Let's see. He has a long white beard and a rather round belly, and he wears a bright red suit. He's known for coming down the chimney, but he certainly isn't a chimney sweep. Now, who could that possibly be? That one does ring a jingle bell or two, doesn't it? If you need a little clue, well, all I can say is, ho, ho, ho! Did you guess? Why, it's me, of course, Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho! It's always fun to be the subject of a good riddle. It makes an old fellow feel quite special. Let's try another. This one makes me think of the North Pole kitchens. I am a sweet treat that is shaped like a person. I have buttons made of gumdrops and a smile made of frosting. What am I? Oh, my goodness, that sounds delicious. Mrs. Claus and the elves make the very best of these. Here is a hint for you. Just remember what they always shout as they dash away. You can't catch me. It's a gingerbread man. Of course it is. They are one of the most cheerful sights in the kitchens. Almost too cheerful to eat. Almost. Ho! All right, one more for good measure. I am a colorful decoration that is hung on the Christmas tree. I am often made of glass or plastic, and I sparkle in the light. What am I? Ah, yes, the tree just wouldn't be the same without these little bits of magic, would it? Your little clue is that they can be almost anything you can imagine, from a shining star to a tiny glass reindeer. It is an ornament. Every single one tells a story, doesn't it? A little memory from a happy time hanging from a branch.
That was wonderful. A good riddle is like a little wrapped gift for the mind. The best part is that little spark of joy when you finally discover the answer inside.
You know, not every flight in the sleigh is about practicing for the big night. Sometimes you just have to fly for the fun of it. The other evening, the air was so crisp and the stars so bright, Mrs. Claus and I decided the reindeer deserved a trip with no particular destination in mind. Just a quiet little soar through the heavens. Oh, it was magnificent. The world below was a soft blanket of white, and the only sound was the faint whisper of the wind and the happy jingling of the harnesses. We flew higher than the tallest peaks, weaving between clouds that looked like puffs of spun sugar. And that's when she saw it. Mrs. Claus has the sharpest eyes, you know. She tapped me on the shoulder and pointed up past the glowing moon. "Claus, do you see that?" she asked. I followed her gaze, and there it was, a cluster of tiny twinkling stars I'd never noticed before. They formed the most perfect little teacup, complete with a handle and a saucer made of fainter stars. We just floated there for a long while, admiring it. We decided right then and there it would be our little secret, written in the sky. We named it the Cozy Cup. Now, whenever we need a quiet moment, we just have to look up and find it, our very own constellation. It's funny, isn't it? You can travel the whole world, but the greatest discoveries are sometimes the ones you make right at home, just by looking up. It's the sharing of the moment that makes it magical. Ho, ho, ho! You know, in all my travels around the world, one of my greatest joys is seeing the countless ways people celebrate the season. Every place has its own special glow, its own unique way of sharing warmth and light. It puts me in mind of a time I was flying high above the warm islands of the Philippines. My eyes caught sight of the most spectacular spectacular display in the city of San Fernando. They call it Ligligan Parul, which means the Giant Lantern Festival. And when I say giant, well, I truly mean it. These are not the little lights you might hang on a tree. Oh no, these are magnificent spinning works of art, some of them as enormous as a house. Can you picture that? Each one is built by the community and filled with thousands of tiny lights that blink and swirl in time with beautiful music. It's like watching a kaleidoscope of stars being born right before your very eyes. The whole night sky just fills with brilliant dancing color. Seeing that remarkable display of community spirit with everyone gathered together in wonder, well, it warms my old heart. It is a beautiful reminder that the spirit of Christmas can be expressed in so many dazzling and wonderful ways all across our beautiful world. A true gift of light. Ho, ho, ho!
The workshop is a wonderful place, you know, full of busy sounds, the tap-tap-tapping of tiny hammers, the whir of winding toys, and my favorite, the soft click-clack of knitting needles. It reminds me of a story I hold quite dear. Perhaps you have a moment to listen. I call it The Mismatched Mittens. There was a young elf, Pip, who was one of our most dedicated knitters. He wanted every stitch to be perfect. One afternoon, while working on a pair of cozy mittens, his mind wandered to the thought of sugar plum cookies. Ho, it happens. When he looked down, his heart sank. He had knitted one mitten in the brightest Christmas red and the other in a deep forest green. A mistake, or so he thought. Feeling quite disappointed, he tucked the mismatched pair away in a forgotten corner, far from anyone's sight. Well, Christmas Eve arrived, as it always does, and as I was making my final check of the sleigh, a little flash of color caught my eye. There they were, Pip's mittens, and as I held them, I smiled, because my old eyes saw something wonderful. I saw not a mistake, but a perfect connection waiting to happen. You see, on my list were two children, Leo and Clara, who lived right across the street from one another, but had never spoken. They were a little lonely, and wouldn't you know it, Leo's very favorite color was forest green, and Clara's was bright Christmas red. So that night I left the green mitten for Leo, and the red one for Clara. The next morning, as they went outside to play in the new snow, they saw each other, and as they drew closer, something magical began to happen.
The single mitten on each of their hands began to feel wonderfully warm, a warmth that grew the nearer they came to one another. They brought their hands together, and the two mittens glowed, and in that moment, two lonely children found a new and very best friend. It's a lovely thing to remember, isn't it? That sometimes what we believe to be a flaw or a mistake is actually the very thing meant to connect us to someone else. It's often our beautiful imperfections that make a perfect match. Ho, ho, ho! A most perfect match indeed. With the big night drawing closer, my thoughts often drift to the journey itself, the long, wonderful trip around the world. Someone asked me the other day, what are my very favorite sights from the sleigh on Christmas Eve? It's a wonderful question, and it really made me smile. I think I've narrowed it down to 3. The first, without a doubt, is the sight of the world asleep under a fresh blanket of sparkling snow. From up so high, everything is quiet and still. It's a profound peace you can almost feel, a world holding its breath in hopeful anticipation for the morning. It's simply breathtaking. Then there's a bit of magic just for me and the team. My second favorite sight is the northern lights dancing high above the clouds. Oh, the colors! They ripple and wave across the sky like giant silent ribbons. I've always thought of them as the sky's very own Christmas decorations, a special display put on just for us as we fly past. And the third? Well, this one warms my old heart every single time. It's seeing a single warm light left on in a home down below. It's not much, just a tiny glow against the darkness, but it feels like a beacon. It's a little sign of welcome, a quiet signal of belief that makes the whole world feel like home. Ho, ho, ho! The quiet snow, the dancing lights, and a welcoming window. Those are the moments that truly make the journey magical. They are little reminders of all the peace, wonder, and warmth in the world, and they make every mile worthwhile. My dear Mrs. Claus, she has a way of seeing the quiet poetry of the world. While I am busy with schedules and lists, she notices the frost patterns on the window pane or the way the snow settles on a pine bough. She sees the grand story in the smallest of details. Ho, I remember just the other week. I was pacing a bit in our front room. The workshop was bustling with a wonderful energy, but one particular project, a very intricate little mechanical bird with silver feathers, was taking the elves a bit longer than I had hoped. Such delicate work, you see. I was watching them through the workshop window, tapping my fingers, feeling that familiar rush of the calendar. Mrs. Claus came and stood beside me. She didn't look at the workshop. Instead, her eyes were on the long, beautiful icicles hanging from the eaves of our cottage, sparkling in the northern lights. After a moment of peaceful silence, she looked at me with that knowing, wonderful smile and said, "You can't rush an icicle, my dear. It finds its beauty one drop at a time." Ho, ho, ho! Well, it was the truest thing I had heard all day. Of course she was right. She reminded me that the finest work, the most beautiful creations, cannot be hurried along. They need care, and they need their own time to become what they are meant to be. One drop at a time. It's a fine lesson, not just for toy making, but for just about everything, I think. The pages of the great ledger are always turning. It's a sound I've come to love over the centuries. Every now and then, a new entry catches my eye, one that shines so brightly from the parchment that I simply must take a moment to appreciate it. I found one just now that has warmed my old heart. My quill has just finished noting a wonderful story from a small village nestled high in the magnificent Andes Mountains of Peru. There, an elderly woman, with kindness woven into the very lines of her face, spends her afternoons with the village children. She isn't asking for anything in return, oh no. She is simply giving. With patient hands and a soft voice, she teaches them the ancient art of weaving, showing their small, eager fingers how to turn colorful threads into patterns that tell the stories of their people. What a magnificent gift that is! It is more precious than any toy I could ever craft in my workshop. She is passing down a treasure, the story of their culture, their history, their very heart. Each pattern they learn, each color they choose is a word in a story that began long before them, and because of her, will continue long after. This isn't just about making beautiful tapestries. It's about remembering who you are and where you come from. It is a thread that ties the past to the future, keeping a community spirit warm and strong.
Seeing an entry like this fills me with such immense pride. It reminds me that the most powerful magic in the world is the kindness we share, the stories we keep alive, and the love we pass from one generation to the next. Oh, humanity is truly a remarkable thing.